media, podium check media stream. Hey, check 1, 2, check 1, 2. Media stream, here we go. Playback for the press box. Just checking levels, making sure we're getting media. Hey, testing the press box, testing your audio feed. The press box could also be mic line, just to double check that. It didn't. Hey, pull a media press box stream for audio, just checking level. Hey, podium check for media. Press box stream for audio.
We're going to get started in about 4 or 5 minutes or so here. So if everyone wants to take their seats, that'll be great.
Morning, everybody, and thank you for being here. We were talking earlier, we're a smidge, a little bit warmer. We could have been outdoors having this outside in the park over here. So, good morning. My name is Doug Opseth. In addition to being your MC today, I'm also the Director of Generation Asset Management and Planning at SaskPower, and I want to thank everybody for being here. Before we start, I want to take a moment to acknowledge that we live and work on the treaty and traditional lands of First Nations and Métis people. Today we are gathered here in beautiful Wascana Park on Treaty 4 territory here in Regina. SaskPower's work, as you know, reaches the ancestral lands of many nations. As a crown utility, we reaffirm our relationship with the peoples of these lands and our shared determination to preserve the lands for generations to come. I'd like to begin by welcoming many dignitaries who are here with us today, including Honourable Minister Duncan, Dustin Duncan, who's our Minister responsible for SaskPower, and the Honourable Todd Smith, Ontario's Minister of Energy as well. Thank you for being here. I've been asked, as you know, being to any SaskPower event, we always start every meeting with a safety moment. You know, well, we've been blessed with this beautiful weather we have outside today. It's going to start getting colder, so I just encourage everybody to be safe as you're out there driving and walking in Regina. I know I was out this morning for a run, and the sidewalks are very slick, and I think we're expecting colder temperatures coming, so make sure you have your winter tires on and ready to drive on the highway. Before I pass the microphone over to Minister Duncan, I want to give a brief rundown of the event today and any other important information. If you require washrooms, if you go out past the Science Centre front desk, the washrooms are just inside the Science Centre to the left. And in the unlikely event that we have a fire, we'll exit through the main doors you would have come in, and just across the road you'll see a light post with a yellow sign, and that's our muster point in case of a fire. This morning we're going to have some remarks from Minister Duncan and Minister Smith, followed by SaskPower CEO Rupen Pandya, OPG CEO Ken Hartwick, and Laurentis Energy Partners Vice President Lindsay Greenland. Once the opening remarks are done, there will be a time for a brief Q&A with any media in attendance. So why are we here today? Since SaskPower began its small modular reactor development project, we have worked very closely with experienced nuclear operators in other Canadian jurisdictions as well as outside Canada. However, through this, one of our closest partners in this development work has been Ontario Power Generation, or OPG. OPG is Canada's largest and most experienced nuclear operator, bringing decades of experience operating nuclear power plants in Canada. This experience, or this expertise they have shared with us so far, has been incredibly valuable in the work we have completed to date and will continue to be immensely valuable and helpful to us as we go forward with our project. SaskPower, OPG, and its commercial subsidiary Laurentis Energy Partners have worked diligently on establishing this master service agreement to further advance this collaborative partnership. Being Canada's largest nuclear operator, OPG brings a wealth of best practices, lessons learned, and insights few would have. This master service agreement will do many things, including allowing SaskPower access to expertise and proprietary insight to streamline and inform our SMR development work. And without giving too much away, I'd like to invite and welcome Minister Dustin Duncan to the microphone to say a few words. Minister.
Thank you, Doug. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. As Minister responsible for SaskPower and on behalf of the Government of Saskatchewan and Premier Scott Moe, I want to welcome the Honourable Todd Smith, Ontario's Energy Minister, to Regina. I also want to extend a warm welcome to Ken Hartwick from Ontario Power Generation and Lindsay Greenland from Laurentis Energy Partners. Saskatchewan is committed to building a clean energy future while protecting the sustainability, reliability, and affordability of our power system. Saskatchewan's path to a sustainable energy future is well underway, but not without challenges. These challenges are logistical, technological, and financial in nature. But where there are challenges, there are also opportunities. For many years, Ontario has been a valued partner across many sectors. Our two provinces share a common vision of Canada's energy future, and a core part of this vision is the role nuclear power can play. Our ongoing collaboration with industry, utilities, and other provinces and levels of government is an important path towards the potential deployment of SMRs in Saskatchewan. The agreement announced today is designed to establish a strategic partnership between SaskPower, Laurentis Energy Partners, and Ontario Power Generation. Together, our two provinces are taking meaningful steps on our shared path towards a sustainable and reliable energy future. I want to congratulate SaskPower, Laurentis, and OPG for the work that has gone into this, and I'm excited for the collaboration that this partnership will bring. And with that, I'd like to welcome Ontario's Energy Minister Todd Smith to the microphone. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Minister Duncan. It's great to be with you here in Regina today. And this is an important announcement, really important. And before I begin, I'd like to thank Minister Duncan for his hospitality in the 24 hours that we're on the ground here in Saskatchewan, and the folks from SaskPower as well. It's been great getting to know the team at SaskPower over the last couple of years that we've been working away at this, and it's great to be able to be here to make this announcement. And of course, it's great to be with OPG's leadership as well. Ken Hartwick, the CEO of Ontario Power Generation, who you're going to hear from shortly, and Lindsay Greenland from Laurentis Energy Partners as well. Very, very important as we continue forward on this small modular reactor project, both in Ontario and in Saskatchewan. For more than a half a century, nuclear energy has played a critical role in Ontario's electricity grid. 52 years ago, Units 1 and 2 at Pickering came online. And since then, the role of nuclear on Ontario's grid has only grown. And it's helped our province transition off of coal. It's proven itself as a safe and reliable and clean source of baseload electricity. And it's providing more than 50% of our electricity each and every day. But it's the promise of nuclear power that has got us to where we are, and it's going to continue in Ontario. We're not stopping at just the facilities that we have up and running now in Ontario. It's going to help power future economic growth, electrification, and our growing population in Ontario. And that's why, as Minister of Energy for the province of Ontario, I've got to tell you, it's great to be here to celebrate the important work that's happening right now in the nuclear energy sector in Ontario and Saskatchewan. Last March, on a day much like today, actually. I think it was March 27th. It was maybe a little bit colder in late March. Ontario, Saskatchewan, Alberta, and New Brunswick released the strategic plan for the development of small modular reactors, and look at where we are today. A lot has happened since then. Ontario has announced that we're moving ahead with not just the first grid-scale SMR in the G7, but actually 4 on the site at Darlington New Nuclear. And our collaboration and leadership in new nuclear technologies, particularly when it comes to SMRs, is creating new opportunities in a growing and resurgent nuclear industry. And today we're taking that a step further. I'm so pleased to see Laurentis Energy Partners, an OPG subsidiary, and SaskPower enter into this 5-year master services agreement, which will support the potential SMR deployment here in Saskatchewan. Laurentis Energy Partners is well placed to provide the knowledge and expertise when it comes to these major projects, including licensing, program management, and operational readiness. With job creators looking for affordable, reliable, and clean energy, SMRs will continue to help build a clean energy advantage and help us secure new investments that will support business and create jobs in both of our great provinces. So in closing, Minister Duncan, I appreciate that we're doing all of this work together. We're strengthening collaboration between our provinces, and I look forward to continuing our work together. And with that, I'll turn it over to Rupin from SaskPower.
Thank you, Minister Smith. Minister Duncan, thank you for that very warm welcome on behalf of the Government of Saskatchewan, and to members of the SaskPower Board, ladies and gentlemen, to my colleagues from Ontario Power Generation and Laurentis Energy Partners. Welcome to Saskatchewan. Thank you so much for traveling that long distance to be with us here today. Today's announcement is about so much more than a partnership agreement. Not only does it mark another milestone for our small modular reactor development project, but it also marks the leading role our provinces are poised to play in nuclear power development in Canada and around the world. More and more countries, states, provinces, cities, and communities are taking it upon themselves to learn more about nuclear power as a clean energy initiative, and Saskatchewan is no exception. We're working as fast as we can to meet their target of net zero greenhouse gas emissions by 2050, and by exploring a range of low and zero carbon emitting solutions, including nuclear power from SMRs. Wherever our path forward takes us, or whatever it looks like,
The reality that we face right now is that the energy sector is facing this most profound transition in over 100 years. And SaskPower is no different. SaskPower is faced with transforming an electric system that took us over 95 years to build. And it's a massive transition that, of course, as the Minister noted earlier, comes with significant challenges. But as the Minister noted, with every great challenge, there is significant opportunity. And today's partnership agreement is a testament to this. It's an opportunity for collaboration, which I believe is critical to our journey towards net zero. Ontario Power Generation and Laurentis Energy Partners represent decades of experience and expertise in Canada's nuclear industry. And while we've worked with OPG for several years on our small modular reactor project, today's agreement allows SaskPower to further tap into that experience and gain valuable insight around what it is to be a licensed nuclear operator in Canada. We'll gain access to layers of incredibly useful regulatory knowledge and best practice. This agreement creates the opportunity to share the best of what we have, ideas, lessons learned, and the skills of our people. By signing this agreement today, we are doing our part to contribute to a brighter and cleaner energy future for generations to come. The world is watching us right now, and we look forward to working with our partners, Laurentis Energy Partners and OPG, on this important transition. So thank you again for being with us today, and I'd now like to welcome OPG's President and CEO, Ken Hartwick, to the microphone.
Good morning, and thanks for being here. And I really, Rupin, really want to pick up on your words around partnership, because I think that's what this is. As Minister mentioned, and as you mentioned, we have a long experience in nuclear with over 50 years of successfully running our nuclear facilities, and are now on our path to build our own SMRs on our Darlington site, to have them up and operational late 28 or early 29. So it's real, the technology is real, and the impact it can have on all our climate goals is real. But one of the words you said is really important, is that this is a partnership with SaskPower. So by entering into the Master Services Agreement, it really sets up a partnership between two companies that have a very similar ethos and a very similar way to approach things. And as much as we'll bring some of our nuclear background to this partnership, we'll learn a lot as well. And I actually think it'll make our project on our Darlington site more successful because of the great teams you have in place that we can also then take and learn from. So the partnership part is really, really important to us, that I think we can do something together that is very special and advance both the new nuclear development in Ontario as well as the initial development here in Saskatchewan. So this is a partnership that I think is going to be very dynamic and continue to evolve over the next number of years, and is something that we are really looking forward to being able to tap into all the skill and expertise that SaskPower brings to us, so that collectively we can do something here that is very special, both for our two provinces, but I think also for Canada as a country as well. So, we're thrilled to be here. It's great to see the Laurentis office open just across the street from SaskPower, and the actual banner out. So that's a great first start. And it's something we hope to build over time, where you start to view OPG and Laurentis and SaskPower as one common team, going towards one objective that we all want to achieve, which is a successful building of SMRs here and Ontario, and in the process learn from each other. So, Rupin, thank you very much for trusting us, and Minister, for trusting us to be part of that partnership. And along the way, we'll earn your continued respect, I hope, and belief that we can do something really, really special. So thank you very much. And with that, I'll ask Lindsay to come up on behalf of Laurentis.
Good morning. Thank you so much for the warm introduction and hosting today's event today. It has been a pleasure, my first experience in Saskatchewan. This is an incredibly exciting time in the nuclear industry. As the world looks to Canada as a leader, it is clear from the collaboration that we're seeing across our country that we will not disappoint. This 5-year agreement between SaskPower and Laurentis builds on an existing foundation of collaboration between Ontario and Saskatchewan. And as a commercial subsidiary of Ontario Power Generation, we are well positioned to support SaskPower in their overall objectives of the SMR in Saskatchewan. We bring a huge amount of experience already by providing expertise to our clients in energy markets and in healthcare across the world. We provide expertise in inspections, refurbishment, engineering, isotopes, and SMR advancement programs. We're currently leading the development of SMRs in a number of countries in Europe, as well as Canada, with the support of OPG, and we're sharing lessons learned and building partnerships across industry and other organizations. We are incredibly proud to be here building the SaskPower SMR program. And we'll be supporting SaskPower initially through program management, licensing, and operational readiness activities. We've opened an office in your community, and it is incredibly important for us to be an active member within your community, supporting the local economy and building the first nuke workforce for Saskatchewan. We're looking forward to a long-term strategic partnership with SaskPower, bringing the benefits of clean and reliable nuclear power to Saskatchewan. And with that, thank you so much, and it is an absolute pleasure to be here.
Well, thank you, Lindsay, and thank you, everyone, for being here today. We've reached the end of the speeches we have, but we'd like to open the floor to any questions from the media outlets. In the interest of time, we'll take maybe one question plus one follow-up, and then certainly if there's time after that for more questions. Oh, sure.
Hi there. Just wanting to get an update on the kind of process for SaskPower on finding a location or identifying a location for the SMR project here in Saskatchewan.
Can you hear me? Is that working?
There we go.
Well, thanks for the question. So our work with respect to identifying specific sites within our two study regions continues to progress very well. We've had ongoing consultation with communities and members in those communities regarding those sites. We hope to be in the position of having identified suitable sites within both study regions by early 2024, and then ultimately we'll need to identify a specific site for our application to CNSC as part of the impact assessment and Canadian Nuclear Safety Commission project description.
Thank you. And for Minister Duncan and Minister Smith, I guess how important is this new agreement and this relationship and this growing relationship between Ontario and Saskatchewan for SMRs?
Yeah, I'll just say from our perspective, from Saskatchewan's perspective, it certainly is a very important next step in the journey that we're on with our colleagues from Ontario and with OPG. Certainly, we're looking for ways that we can de-risk this project in terms of on the financial side as well as timelines. And so to have an agreement that allows us to tap into that expertise and knowledge from a jurisdiction and organizations that have a great deal of expertise and history in the nuclear sector is critically important for Saskatchewan to be able to carry forward with this.
I would just say we've been, is that on? We've been working away at this for the last 3 or 4 years since the first memorandum of understanding was signed with Saskatchewan and New Brunswick in Ontario, and since then Alberta has jumped on as well as a partner as we develop a real Team Canada approach to small modular reactor deployment, and the Canadian federal government has jumped in as well with support of this project at Darlington. As far as Saskatchewan and Ontario go, there are mutually beneficial objectives to this partnership. One, bringing this technology that's going to help clean the air in Ontario. It's going to provide reliable, affordable electricity to Saskatchewan, and it's also going to create economic development here in this province, like we've seen in Ontario. A tremendous number of jobs have been created. There's about 76,000 jobs in Canada in our nuclear sector. Right now, 65,000 of them are in Ontario. But there's an opportunity for job creation here as well. So it's really important we work together on this.
Thank you.
Can someone explain what Laurentis will provide in will be done. Any phone calls from Ontario to us, or do you actually come help design things or pick locations?
No, so I'd say it's first is not to pick locations. So it's one great thing about the partnership is that's better done by Rupin and the minister. But I think from us, we have a lot of the technical background on impact assessment work that might need to be done, on technical design, on how you site a reactor, the issues around siting an SMR, building it. So again, we're a couple years into our process with our technology, as well as then ultimately building out an operational capability. And the goal of OPG and Laurentis in this is to build out all this capability here. So it's in a way work ourselves out of a job is what the intention is, so that you have great universities here in Saskatchewan, you have a high skilled workforce at SaskPower. It's to just bring what we've already done and have that expertise picked up by people here. So that's really what the goal is over the next number of years, is to take what we know and work with your teams at SaskPower to ensure that capability now resides here.
I think we're looking at after 2030 for our plant. When do you expect to have something going?
Yeah, so
You have one already, I assume.
So we have 10 big reactors that we run now, but the SMR project, we will look to do fuel load in 28, operational on grid in 29. So is the path. So it's, we're into 2024. We will go through our license to construct hearing with the nuclear regulator in October 24, and then begin full-scale construction early 25.
Send us the bill when you're done. It's too early to tell what this will cost.
I'd say the only thing on the cost, this is going to be very cost competitive with any form of electricity. We get asked a lot, can nuclear be done on time and on budget? For those that don't know, we are refurbishing our Darlington station, so it's a 3,800 megawatt station, and we just finished the last reactor 169 days ahead of schedule and under budget. So nuclear can be done the right way, and I'm very confident with the partners we have at SaskPower that this will be the same here.
And it is 2030 or later?
So we're into about year 3 of a 8-year process, and we're targeting for 2029 to be the time frame where we'll make the decision whether or not to go SMR or not.
Are there any other questions for? Well, if there are no other questions, I want to thank everybody for being here today. I mean, this is a really exciting announcement for SaskPower and for our SMR team working on this. I want to thank you for coming here today, and safe travels home. Thank you.